Player one with the lead. Will they go for offense or defense? Checking with the fireball. How will they react? Player two has the super gauge advantage. Nowhere to run. Goes to the funky slicer. Drive overhead, but it won't work. One forward rush. Medium kick into. There's a burnout. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Sprays them from above with the bullshit beats. Player one can't let this sit. Rushes in. Burns out. They gotta dig down deep here. It is over. Player one is gonna be. How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Starts with a jumper. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Carries the jump in to shut it down. What are they thinking? Decent return on that combo. Okay, creating some space here. Throws out a projectile. Big counter. Sticks the combo. Life lead opens up. KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Burnout activates. Jumps. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Drive rush to keep it going. Genius read. Hadouken. Checks with a medium kick. A quick breather. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Experiencing burnout. Player two drives it back in KO. Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Checking their reactions with a fireball? Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Blocks the jump in. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Player two has them legit shook in the corner. What are they thinking here? Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Player one is just about out of drive after that. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Life lead opens up. They saw a path and they took it. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Stops the attack by using a drive pair. Checks with a medium kick. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Player one, oh hits! Akuma looking to play hide and seek. Player one has a slight life lead. Air slasher! Springs forward with the drive rush. That combo did decent damage. Time to reassess the situation. Drive rush to keep it going. Player one will look to apply pressure here. In there! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Immediate jump in. Zones with the fireball. Excellent damage on that. A parry? This is gonna hurt. Maximum strike. Player two. This can lead to some big damage. What's next? Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Down on life. They gotta make a move. What a finish. Player two faced the giant and walks away unscathed.
Here comes a new challenger. You must crush them.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Showtime, baby!
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Uses a drive parry against the attack. They were ready for the air attack. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Big counter. Okay, they trade hits. Taking stock. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Player 2 holding on. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there.
Round two.
Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Sticks the jump in. Decides to meet them in the air. They exchange blows. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Goes for the rush. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Both drive rush to keep it going. Hits him with a vagabond edge. Life lead is there. This is gonna hurt. Please, there's a burnout. Brings down the waiting move on him. Cashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. Good night. Closes it out.
Fight.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to find out the win? Who's going to steal this win? Sprint connects with the throw. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Brings down the waiting moon on him. Oh, the throw connects. What's next? Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Turning it right up with the super. Ninja Star Cypher! Get ready to be plugged in for some new era ninjutsu! Harry connects! A real test of nerves here! Drops them from the air! Medium kick! Oh, drive rush! What are they gonna do?
Come on!
Tricky hidden variable! The jump in is denied! It is over! Player 1 delivers the upset! That's one for the replays. We're clutch anti-air. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Sets a shuriken bomb to panic. Uses the parry. Goes for the drive rush there. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Grabs him. An overdrive jackknife. Still slugging it out at this range. Lets off a projectile to waste time. Drive rush to keep it going. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Smart decision there. The chip damage was enough. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Smart play with the throw. Rips the slasher out. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Both fighters having a full super art gauge means positioning is critical here. Up into the air off the just cool. Both fighters planning something? KO! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Jump? What a reaction to go air to air. Vagabond Edge sends them flying. With Super Arc, this is gonna hurt. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Player 2 can't use drive anymore. What are they gonna tricky hidden variable? Betting it all on the drive rush. Ooh, what a smart play. What now? Plenty of health, full gauges, left the drive rush. Sticks out a kick, solid anti-air. A real test of nerves here. Big read. Player one is in a very good spot now. Oh, drive rush! Closes it out! That was a fight heard round the world! Yo, pop that! It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back! Sprint in! Hey! What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Big counter! Player two creates a good corner opportunity. They block the overhead and takes a trip. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Box him with a target combo. All right, what's coming up next? Opts for the throw to close it out. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player two will look to apply pressure here. Jumps. Breaks the block with a throw. Both fighters planning something. Player two holding on to that corner advantage. Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punishing.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Good parry there, and the drive parry was successful. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Knockdown.
Past your bedtime.
Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Throws him. What's next? All right, what's coming up next? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Taking stock. Slasher. Jumps up. Takes a trip. Springs forward with the drive rush. Drive rush to keep it going. Player one will have to fight back here without any drive. They don't need to go for anything. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to kick in there! Player one with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Dashes forward. Getting that extra juicer with Kagero no Mai. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Player two is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. A quick breather. They must have a game plan here with the critics anticipated that the projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. Player one took no time to finish that fight.
Round one.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Was looking for that jump attack. Uses a drive parry against the attack. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Pressuring them in the corner. There's a corner switch. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Oh, whiffs the throw.
Distracted much?
Player one is just about out of drive after that. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Life lead opens up. Fake out! Takes a trip. Checks him with the projectile. Where's the... Burnout Act closes out the round with a fireball. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for the jump in to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. The overhead breaks the rhythm and shakes things up. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This springs forward with the drive rush. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Scrapping it out up close. Both fighters planning something? This is the ideal range to utilize anti-air in the punch. In there! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Medium links in. Oh, Cobb connects with the throw. Oh, here we go.
It's gonna hurt.
Player one is in a very good spot now. Mind keeping a nice line, turning it up to an 11. Player two, forward rush. Perfectly executed. Woo! I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell him what's good.
Now, find a new rival.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Blocks the jump in. Okay, takes them all the way to the finish. Strings it all together. Player one may be just about done this round, but they still have a chance with a full drive gauge to tap into. Perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player two sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Can't tech the throw. Lays down a whirlwind. Holds out with the block. Still very early in the round. Up into the air off the just cool. Took him to the corner in a flash. Hits him with a stopping block. Burnout activates. Player two will have to. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Going in. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with the check. Solid anti-hit. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The last round. It's now or never. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Still sets up with the jump in. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to drive rush to keep it going. This is gonna hurt. Maximum strike. Plenty of health. Both turns out. Player two more fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the weekend. Time to punch out. Player one can't pumps the brakes on the impact. A jump in. Closes it out. Player two faced the giant and walked away unscathed. What a win! Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Throw escape. Player two chases them down. Sticks the combo. Player two has them legit shook in the corner. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Strings it all together. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. KO! Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Grabs them, lays down a whirlwind. Player one got smothered that round. They'll need to shake it off and show some more adaptation. Back to activate the star to get some help on the field. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Side switch in the corner. Both fighters planning something? Denies the jump in. One chance here may end this match. In there! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Opts to create space to start. The last round. It's now or never. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. All in with the rush. Player, the overhead denied. Turning it right up with the super. Good presence of mind to pull the trigger. Player two still has a chance Player one gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Round one.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Not close enough for the throw. Strings it all together. Denies the attack and starts with a jumper. Taking stock. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Reads their mind and tempts the throw. Lets off the projectile to waste time. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Knockdown. No more drive gauge. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Knockdown and the pressure is so intense here. Jump intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Springs forward with the drive rush. Still slugging it out at this range. Drive rush to keep it going. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player one has an empty drive. That's not gonna hit. Player two is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Up into the air off the just cool. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. Throws them. Big throw. Springs forward with the drive rush. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Who's going all in with the rush? Player one can't use any burnout, but they may have a plan here. We're so close to the end of the round that it may not crashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Flatline zone.
You're something else.
Fight round. Fight.
They are letting it fly from the get-go. Perfect parry with the net. Throws them. Big throw. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player connects with the throw. Drive rush. Player one has the super spinning mixer tells you you're not cleared for landing.
Great desert
Now. Yet all the throw connects. Are they going to be able to come back and getting it all on the drive rush? Player two impact counter. Oh, that's so sick. A real ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, here we go. Player two with the rhythm owning that space. They're taking drive rush. What a sick counter. It's like they knew exactly what was going to happen.
Rashid
Player one
wins.
gets the win.
Here comes a new challenger.
And they've gone for the same character. Neither side's gonna want to lose this one.
time, baby.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Good parry there and turns up the heat and cooks them with the combo. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Hold your breath. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. Nails the anti-air. Goes to the overdrive. Knockdown. Life lead opens up. KO. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Holds out with the block. Parries the attack. Still slugging it, drive rush to keep it going. Player two needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. Full SA leaders on deck for both sides. It springs forward with the drive rush. Denied. Going in, not much life difference. Rush. Oh, feint. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 has an empty drive. Burnout activate. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Get your plates ready. Damage is on the menu. And they create an opportunity for themselves to add a bit of OD spice there. Player 1 escapes with a reversal. Chisels them down. Player 2 shows they are truly the best of the best. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Uses the parry. Bops him with a target combo. Neither of them willing to back off. Checks him with a projectile. Drive rush. Gets in their face. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Just cool into the roll kick. Takes a trip. Springs forward with the drive rush. One combo can end this round. Right to come from the brink like that? What a comeback! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Can't tech the throw. Jump. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. One drive rush to keep it going. Clean parry. Overdrive jackknife. A quick breather, experiencing burnout. Dashes up. Drumming up a beat count. Both sides getting ready. Player 2 knocked him out of the air. Knockdown and Player 2 with the rhythm owning that space. Close range projectile. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Driving back misses. Wraps it up with a throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Checking their reactions with a fireball? Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Adds a bit of OD spice there. Ooh, all the throw connects. Amazing. Forward rush. Player 1 needs to wait this out. Reads the throw in the stage. They've got about half life left. Anti-air in the clutch! Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Betting it all on the drive rush. Oh, drive rush! Escapes the burnout, but they may have a plan here. Will this super art do anything? Super out of nowhere! The big brain of this competitor is on wheel! Perfectly planned, perfectly executed. Player 1 comes away with the win. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that rebound. Medium kick into big throws. Ooh, there's a side switch. This could springs forward with a drive rush. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. Knockdown. Hits with the overhead. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Player 1 chases them down. Knockdown and springs forward with the drive rush. Scrapping it out, drive rush to keep it going. Creates an opening with a low heavy. Air slasher. Can this drive bring them back? Back into the corner. What setup to turn out? Getting red. Hits him down with a super. Now that's how you take a round. Puts him on a t-shirt with that finish. Player 2 showed they are truly the best of the best.
comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Showtime, baby!
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Denies the attack and not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player one chases him down. Goes for the drive rush there. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Uses the drive rush, brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Shoots off a fireball up close.
Not good enough!
They gotta keep their cool here to win. Both fighters are just about done, but springs forward with the drive rush. Player one can't use any more drive without burning out. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Drive rush to keep it going. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Jumps. Big throws. A quick breather. Player two will look to apply, springs forward with the drive rush. Both fighters planning something? Oh yeah! Doesn't miss experiencing burnout. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Knocked him out of the air. Throws him. Going in? Like knew the throw was coming. Player one can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Time to go for broke. Oh, what's this Jingle Huddle gonna do? The drive gauge, they couldn't tech the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, what a smart throw. This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Carries them all the way to the corner in one go. Barely blocks the jump in. Forward rush. Plenty of health. Full gauges. Let's go. Amazing drive rush. Reads the jump in perfectly. Okay, here we go. Betting it all on the drive rush. Player two is barely hanging on to their last. All in with a rush. Noticeable rush. Oh, putting the cherry on top.
Hey!
Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Perfectly planned, perfectly executed. Player one made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry, both sides stepping up for the rematch. Smart play with the throw. Uses a fireball to try and establish their pace. Throw whips. Knockdown. Player two needs to deal with this burnout. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? From up above, in a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Well aware of the life in meters. Really good decision making. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Big throws. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Projectile to try and change this, springs forward with the drive rush. Gets carried to drive rush to keep it going. Nice block on the overhead. Shows the medium kick. There's a change of sides. Cross up. Both fighters planning something? Had the radar up and running. Checks him with the projectile. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Takeout! Smart play with the throw. A quick breather. Rush! Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. All in with a rush! Sets it up. Goes for the Shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here!
What's wrong? Get up!
Gets into burnout, but they may have a plan here.
Hey!
This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
Uh-oh!
Closes it out. Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win!
Fighting round. Unranked match. Here comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? Opts for the throw. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. All right. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Answers that jump in with a perfectly timed parry. They made it look easy. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Sticks the jump in. Solid combo. Can't tech the throw. Knockdown. That's some big juicy damage on that count. Drive rush to keep it going. Life lead opens up. In there! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Fake out! Big throws. Knockdown and springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 needs to use the threat of needs to jump in with a perfect parry. Full SA meters on deck, drive rush to keep it going. A parry? Smart play with the throw. What'll happen here? Betting it all on the drive rush. Scrapping it out up close. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Catches out the cage right there.
This is our destiny.
Will this be enough to kill?
Let's go.
That amazing never say die attitude got them the win. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Had the radar up and running. Player 1 has the life lead. Saw that jump in coming from a mile away and parries it perfectly. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Goes for the throw. Parries the attack. Solid combo. Strikes back with the overdrive arrow. Drive rush to keep it going. Player 2 chases them down. Side switch in the corner. Drink level springs forward with the drive rush. Who will capitalize on an opening first? In there! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Goes for the throw. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Goes for the jump in. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Up and keeps looking to impress with this super. The super hits and this looks like it's gonna kill. Flawless round. They got him so quick. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Air slasher. The last round. It's now or never. Swagger step. Still scrapping for the drive rush to keep it going. Throws them. Player 1 has a big drop drive rush. Shoots him and takes a swing. Reads the jump in perfectly. They've got about half-life, betting it all on the drive rush. Forward rush, connects with the throw. What now? Player distantly does some big damage. Oh, drive rush. I can't believe it! A real test of lip burns out! Player 1, no hesitation or regret! Hits him with that NSFW! Perfect damage calculation! No doubt about it! It is over! Player 1 clinches the win! But
Fighting Master!
two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Good parry there and opts for the throw. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. What's the play here? Decides to meet them in the air. Does a good job of pushing back. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 1 in trouble with no drive, experiencing burnout. KO. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the drive rush to keep it going. Goes end to end with a freezing hop. Nice damage. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with him, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out, experiencing burnout. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Burnout activates. They quickly get backed into the corner piston. What a finish! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. All that grinding and training mode paid off. Look at the optimal damage on that combo. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Throws him down. Parries the attack. Did well to get the buff in there. All right. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Reads them. Life lead opens up. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Turns it up a notch and springs forward with the drive rush. Freezing hop! KO! Player 1 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. This round takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Goes end to end with a breezing hop. Nice damage. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. We have a super art on deck. Expect to see way more pressure here. Hits him with a stop and pop. The life remaining tells us we're half drive rush to keep it going. Denies the jump, springs forward with the drive rush. Going in, throws a projectile, dives in! Nice counter. What the drive rush? Player a super art? A parry? Next, all in with a rush. That combo finishes it. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Betting it all on the drive rush. Cleared for landing. Plus while they're blinking. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player drops them. Drive rush. Meets them air to air. Forward rush. Reads the jump in perfectly. Dash. All in with a rush. Breaks it. Noticeable. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Sits him down with the super. Now that's how you take a round. Perfectly planned, perfectly executed. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing.
Here comes a new challenger.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Show me what you have.
Bring the heat. Round one.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Deftly shuts out the jump in. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage.
Stay down.
And the throw ends the round. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Goes with the projectile for the opening shot. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Big throws. What drive rush to keep it going. Still slugging it out at this range. Clean parry. Dashes. Player lighting up the skies with Kagero no Mai. The big bang Kachosin comes out. Brushes that off and keeps going. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Kept their composure and pulled out the combo at just the right time. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Takes them all the way to the corner with that.
It's past your bedtime.
Goes for the throw. Starts with a jump in.
Stay down.
Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues.
And over.
Their super art gauge capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player one will look to apply pressure here.
Wait.
Jumps. Side switch in the corner. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player one will need to drive rush to keep it going. Scrapping it out up close. Knockdown and drive rush. Betting it all on the drive rush. Just cool into the low kick. Life lead is there, but uses the gauge for a super arm. Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move. Puts him on a t-shirt with that finish. Player one brings it home.
Great match. Blanca. comes a new challenger.
Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Parries the attack and player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Player one has them legit shook in the corner. And a super X, perfect. Takes the round without getting touched. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player two really suffered there in the corner for a while. How can they avoid being put there this round? Scrapping it out up close. Player two is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Can they stop this life lead from getting bigger? Goes for the jump in. Player one, smart play to stop the opponent there. Looks like they want to drive rush to keep it going. Going wild with Shout of Earth. This is gonna hurt. Still scrapping for control of this. Goes off beat with the aerial rolling. Noticeable life lead is that, ooh, the opponent thought they had the high hit flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. What an opening statement there. Saw that coming. Springs forward with the drive rush. Oh man, this is a scary range. Barely blocks the jump in. Anti-air in the clutch. With super arts into play, it's really ooh, does him dirty. Oh, he gets on the overdrive vertical. Player one is in a very good spot now. Hits the drive. Solid anti-air. Critical art is on deck. Are you kidding me? Player two clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have caught that. Reads the jump in perfectly. Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Knockdown. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Parries the attack. Player one is just about out of drive after that. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Throws out a projectile. Vertical rolling attack! Get out of here! Backs away. Not about that BF. Springs forward with the drive rush. Takes such. Player one has depleted their drive gauge, but they are in there. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like their weight delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player two chases them down. Scrapping it out up close. Drive rush to keep it going. Both fighters planning something? Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? They are really going at each other this round. The read the They just made that very closes with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Caught in the crossover. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Gets a chance with that jump in. What's the play here? Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Taking stock. Throws them to negate the block. All right, what's coming up next? So they break forward to pressure the digs in deep to get that drive in. Player two can't afford mistakes without that drive. Oh God, this is tense. Burnout in there. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Gets a risky buck in. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Player one needs to use the threat of the corner. Scrapping it out up close. Going in? Super art on deck for both fighters. How they shout of Earth, cranking it up. That combo did decent damage. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal. Wow, critical. What's gonna happen? This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. Amazing! Benson on the fireball! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Come on, get ready.
Showtime!
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Throws him down. All right. There's a corner switch. Boxing with a target. All right, what's coming up next? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Gets to jump in. Life lead opens up. Oh, easy tech. Jumps up. Can't tech the throw. Taking stock. No experiencing burnout. Quarter KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Bare knuckle. Hits back with the overdrive vertical. Jumps. Takes the bomb off to shake them up. The jump in is denied. Vertical rolling attack. Get out of here. Still scrapping for control of the space. A quick breather. Jump. Yo, put that away. Ooh, you never know. Ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, here we go. Doing some quick planning? Jump! That jumping was expected. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Trouble from up top. Medium kick. Jump. Bets on the overdrive vertical. Still slugging it out at this range. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with the chance to score big here. What's next? Tries to act quickly with the attack. Shoots their shot. Hits that with confidence. Knocks off the tank and scores the win. Woo! I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell him what's good. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Sneaks in above. Look at the damage they can pump out with the combo. Things are heating up. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Neither of them willing to back off. Knockdown. Going wild with Shout of Earth. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Medium kick hit. What'll happen here? KO! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Look, they're going for the super art. Shout of Earth, cranking it up. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. A quick breather. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Flawless round. They got him so quick. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
new warrior has entered the ring!
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight!
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Perfect air to air. The drive parry was successful. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Back throw to get the side switch. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Still slugging it out here. Knockdown. Player 2 is working with a less than ideal drive game. They'll need to be very careful here. Big counter. It's turned into a driveless fight. How will they play it? Manages to block the jump-in attack. Reads their mind and techs the throw. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of it. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Target locked and scoop. Player 1 out goes close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Jumps, barely blocks the jump in. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Oh, burnout triggered. Uses the gauge for super art. The super hits, and this looks like it's gonna kill. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game.
Another fight is coming your way.
Ho ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Round 1. Fight!
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Parries the attack and... nice solid counter. Player 2 chases them down. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Life lead opens up. Takes a trip. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Fight!
Tries to set the tone with that charging attack. In with a backstep roll. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Vertical rolling attack. Get out of here. A quick brief. Just goes for it at this range. Takes the opponent out of the air. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 knocked him out of the air. You've got to be mindful of reach and jumps. Ah, genius read with that throw escape. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Trouble connects with the throw. Both sides getting ready. Finishes with the throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Was looking for that jump attack. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Changes the pace with an air to air. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Fight.
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Jumps up. Nice counter. A quick breather. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Hits with the overhead. Hits back with the overdrive vertical. Whips with that huge attack. Their spacing is a super art. Sets the bomb off to shake them up. Burnout. Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punishing. Player 2.
Great match. Now, find a new rival.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Throws him down. Parries the attack and the drive parry was successful. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Takes a trip. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. How much damage? And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. They were right to be on guard there. Player 2 holding the low heavy connected. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Throws them to negate the block. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. From up above, somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Breaks the block with a throw. That's a counter.
You're in my
Big
way.
throw. What'll happen here? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Player 2 is dominating this match. Beast mode activated and now they're ready to party. Sets the bomb off to shake them up. Jumps in. Doing some quick planning? Yo, you got a cheat sheet? A quick breather. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Wow. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Throws him. What's next? Parries the attack. No good up high. Player 2 has the life lead. Trips him up. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. What's the play here? They don't score the punish counter, but still get a nice hit in. Was looking for that jump attack. Can't keep track of these corner switches. Taking stock. Player 2 chases them down. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. brings out a buff going wild with Shout of Earth. A super art, brutal cap, and the meat in there. Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Immediate jumping. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Checks with a medium kick. Goes for the throw. Both fighters planning something? They trade hits. Scrapping it out up close. And whip! They're wide open. Knockdown and shows a medium kick. Drops him hard. Are we gonna see a comeback? Perfect execution with the anti-air. KO. Player 2 brings it home.
Another fight is coming your way.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Let's go! Ring the bell!
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
No way!
Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Plenty of space between the two fighters. Who will decide to close the gap? Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Throws them to negate the block. Takes a trip. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. They're jostling for the dominant gets him. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Nice parry. A parry? Hit them with a 1-2-3. Big throw. Drive rush to keep it going. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Charges forward. Going in. Hits them with a stop and pop. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Got that? Combo finishes it! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Dashes. Barely blocks the jump in. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Blocks it. This may turn into a clutch read on that impact. Pro leaves him wide open. Links it! Uses the invincibility.
Right.
Shots on the move. Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Will this drive gauge gap inside the round? Burns out. Player 2 is all in with a rush. Gets the ring. Oh, putting the cherry on top. It is over. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Throws them to negate the block. What are they thinking? Neither of them willing to back off here. Parries the attack. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Takes the chance to hurt him. Throws him. What's next? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Knockdown. Jumps up. The quarter makes it hard to escape. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Hits them with a stop and bomb. Covers them with a psycho blitz. Vertical vertical rolling attack. Get out of here. Sets the bomb off to shake them up. Denies the jump in. Goes for the jump in. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Sneaks in above. All in with a rush. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Come on. The last round. It's now or never. Player 2 needs to use that drive gauge better if they want to take things back. Big gauge lead here. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? Walls flat into the guard break. Player 2 with the rhythm crushes the cranium with that terrifying OD cycle uppercut. Next the counter. Combo burns out. Player denies the jumping. No hesitation or regret. Hits him with the head ass cubby. Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. No one could have called that. Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.